Good afternoon, friends, followers, channel members. Hope you're all doing well. Happy Tuesday. For those of you in the UK, does today not feel like a Monday to you? We obviously had the bank holiday yesterday, and so weeks like this always throw me out a little bit, but here we are. We've got a Tuesday afternoon stream, and a decent length one at that, because we're in Manchester. We're going to be headed down to Milan MXP, where Aerosoft have updated that last week, I think, and it's always been, for me, but that's probably one of the biggest airports in Europe which hadn't had a very good version of it, so really happy to be checking that out today with you guys, and yeah, and whether you are working from home or whether you have a day off, whatever you might be doing, then hopefully we can keep you company for the next 2-3 hours as we get you down there. And we are of course on the VATSIM network. We'll use a little bit of beyond ATC air traffic control, as well as, I don't think there's too much VATSIM coverage at the moment, but nevertheless we shall see how we go. I've just realised I've not actually got my side stick out yet, which is going to be a bit problematic when it comes to flying and taxiing the jet, so we'll just sort that for you. But yeah, it's as I say, it's a decent length flight today, so we'll crack on, we'll get going, and see if we can get out of here. Welcome to all of you coming on board this afternoon. So very big shout out, welcome to those of you in the chat, our channel members, of course, Mark and Tommy, who says it definitely feels like a Monday. I know the Sunday Night Blues happened yesterday, didn't they? Which is why it always feels a little bit strange. And if you're watching on Twitch as well, welcome, and hope you're doing well. Santos 2 says, just installed the latest version of Malpensa, the native one for 24. Still haven't used it yet. Looking forward to this video. See what we can expect from for this version. So yeah, well, it says also got no terminal interiors. I'm not a massive. For me, that's not a massive sort of issue. I only like the terminal interiors when it's something, when you pull up at the standard you can actually see them, because I don't take the camera around onto the interiors. Sometimes I do when creating videos and content, just because it looks good, but for general day-to-day flying, no, not at all. Anyway, let's crack on. So we are in the turnaround state. We have got, as we can see, we're on, oh, that should be turned to captain, shouldn't it? There we are. We're on ground power. Seatbelt signs are off. We'll just flick that off as well whilst we're on VATSIM. Pumps are off, and we'll just turn those down a little bit. That overhead looks a little bit dull. Let's just turn up the integral lighting for that. And then just down here, I've reinstalled my sim, so the mouse is really oversensitive. I really need to fix that. So we've got spoilers, flaps, parking brake, there, fine. Squawking 2000, that should be set to standby. There we are. Hey Toby, good to see you. And Rodrigo from Brazil, good evening. Or good afternoon, sorry, I'm not used to saying good evening. It's daylight today. So yeah, all that looks fine. As I said, I don't think we actually have any VATSIM ATC, which is a shame, but nevertheless, what it does mean is if we in fact, I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's just get the latest weather information so I can get the QNH and that done. So where's my pen? Right, so QNH is 1014, winds 330 at 6, visibility is fine, temperature is 12. Okay, so all of that's fine. Lovely, let's go through and we'll start setting her up then. So first things first, QNH 1016. We'll set up the box in a moment, just as we go through the preliminaries. Audio control panel, we want to check VHF2, that is monitoring guard frequency, that's fine, and then we'll turn that up as well. There we are. Switching panel, thrust levers, engine bow master selection, that's all done. Acupressure is not quite in the green just yet. QNH 101, did I say 1014? Yeah, have I put 1014 on there? Yeah, I thought I'd got that wrong. 1014, there we are. And get the constraints on as well. Just while I'm on here, and it's Manchester, I know Manchester, I know that's going to be 5,000 feet, so I might as well just set that in there as well. What do I think about the FS Labs? I've not flown the FS Labs in Sim Update 5, so I'm afraid I can't actually answer that, Santos. My apologies. Okay, so that's all set up. Let's get the operational flight plan. We'll talk through it, and then we'll get it plumbed into the box. Flight plan. There we are. Okay. Oh, we're nice and full today. No underloads. That's cool. Takeoff weight is above max landing weight by about 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, by about 3 tons. We have a cost index of 8. We've got Turin as the alternate, 37,000 feet, and a very slight headwind. Nothing out of the ordinary there. Max shear rate, not bothered about that. It's below 8, so no concern there. Listo 2 Sierra 4 departure. Off runway 05 left, and we've got plug fuel of 7.2. CNR is 2.1. Let's just continue to work our way through this. What's the weather doing then in Malpensa at the moment? Ugh. Well, that's rubbish. So winds are light, visibility is 7, light drizzle, scattered 6, oh, and 13. So that's interesting. That's not the greatest weather, you know. That is close to potentially developing LVP operations. So that's worth thinking about a little bit. Might take a bit of extra fuel for that. What's the forecast then? Yeah, it's thunderstorms. Oh, that's tonight. Oh, okay. So we're not going to get a beautiful scenic approach into Milan then today. Apologies for that. Everywhere else in Italy does look a little bit better though. So just having a look then at the route. I feel like I'm going to sneeze in a minute. Apologies if I don't mute the mic quick enough for that. So about an hour and 20 minutes into the flight, MSA is above 10,000. And yeah, oh, there you are. Everything is fine apart from our airport, so it might not be LVPs. It might be okay, but it could be interesting. Could be interesting Cat ones. It's going to be good fun. We're going to see that airport quite late. So let's have a look at the weather charts. That's our flight route. That's the low-level chart. So as we're coming in, looks like we could be, yeah, just getting a little bit of icing as we're coming in. Not unexpected given the weather forecast that we've just seen. So yeah, good fun. Right, well in that case, fuel wise, we are going to take a little bit more. So if you have got questions as well, guys, let me get in the air, and then we've got a couple of hours during the flight to sit and chat. But let's just get let's try and get airborne if we can. Right, let's take, we're actually taking extra fuel. We can take a little bit of extra fuel, yes. So I'm going to take an extra. Let's take 7. I'm going to take 7.7 tons, which is about half a ton extra. So get our ground crew working. I've just updated GSX as well. Isn't GSX having a ridiculous amount of updates at the minute? It really is, which is great. Absolutely fantastic. So, ground services, mass balance. Let me just get the right amount of fuel in. Sorry, I'm doing this off screen. You can't see it, but I'm on it. Right, let's hope GSX now springs to life. As I say, I've just uploaded it, and yeah, it is. Oh, there are. I know it's working when all those menus suddenly pop up and I start to see the doors opening on the low ECAM. Fantastic. Okay, GSX is doing its thing. Cool. Gasman, does the trouble make any difference in the flight if not changed from the briefing? Do you know what? If you mean in the box, I am not 100% sure what difference. It helps with the fuel calculations and stuff like that, but it probably is a real minor thing. But it's just good operational sense to have it up to date. Okay, so let's just check then. We've got our 3 nav greens in the IRS and data page. Just check we've got everything installed correctly, so we've got the right database, same we've got the right engines for the box, so that's fine. Let's do our init request. And who have we got on the cabin crew today? Hey guys, so we've just started the refueling process, so if you want to begin boarding, you can do. I don't know who's the cabin crew today.
Copy, Captain. We'll start boarding now.
She sounds awake. Okay, we grab the operational flight plan and pop that on screen, then you can see what we're popping in. So cost index of 8, ground temperature is 12, and that tropo that we were just speaking about, 34393. So not a massive difference. Not a massive difference there. We'll do the wind. Get that in. Iceberg, thank you for the follow on Twitch. Hope you are doing well. Alright, so the winds are in and the IRS in it. We are stand 107 today, aligned on the IRS. They're all in agreement. So with that, we'll get our cruise in, which is 37,000 feet. The temperature is 57 or minus 57. Off of runway 05 left. It's a long taxi. Listo 2 Sierra departure, and then the arrival at the other end. We come in on the, I think it's the ILS. Well, we're going 35 right, which is great for us because the Easyjet stands are right at the end of the runway. So 35 right. Zulu approach. The star is the Rixov 3 Echo. Make sure we get the right one here. Rixu 3 Echo. I think it's Inla that we come in by. Yeah, Inla. That's fine. Insert all that. So cross-checking. There's 762 miles, 757 miles. Yeah, we shall. We'll take that. Hey Thomas. Hey Bertrand. Thank you for joining us. And okay, so flight plan is done. All right. Before I go any further, I'm just going to get my briefing app in here. So we are Manchester 35 left, departure time Zulu time 13:30. We are going to Malpensa. Oh, should we get the right one in? Malpensa 35 right is the plan. I'll do a flight window of 4 hours, and then let's just create our briefing for this. And the reason I wanted to do that now is because I can scroll to the bottom. I will just get our nav aids. So we've got Pole Hill and the Mike Charlie Tango, which we will pop in. We know it's the one that's 1 mile away there and not 3,231 miles away. Pole Hill. And we've got Mike Charlie Hotel as the NDB. Oh, that's not in the database. That is a very odd. Do you know, when I saw that, I thought, sure, that's not there anymore. I don't think it is. We don't need that. We've got 2 nav aids. That's fine. Okay, let me see if we have got the loading sheet. Did the cabin crew answer us? Hey guys, just wondering if you are ready to start boarding. Oh, she did answer us, didn't she? Of course she did. I do remember answering.
Captain, we're ready to start boarding now.
Yeah, I commented about how awake she sounded. What am I doing? I'm after my load sheet. Well, 320, do I know if it's the Yankee or the Zulu approacher? I actually do not. So we've popped in Zulu because Zulu is normally work backwards alphabet wise. So start with Zulu, and once we're in the air, that's when we can have a look and just refine it and just make sure and things. Right. So received messages. We've got a load sheet. We've got too many load sheets. What's going on here? How many different load sheets has it sent us? On to our 4th revision. So we'll accept the last one. 32.5 as the zero fuel weight, and the takeoff is 30.5. Fantastic. And J-Hog is celebrating 47 months of channel membership. Hey J-Hog, a lifetime indeed. Hey, Mark's in the chat as well. Hey Mark, good to see you. That is indeed a lifetime. What's the telex we've got there? And oh yeah, so we're starting to get that now, aren't we? From VATSIM. That's fine. Okay, well, let's do our init B page then now. So that zero fuel weight is 61 tons, and our zero fuel weight C of G is 32.5. Fuel for the alternate then. Let me have a look. Alternate fuel is, let's call that 1.1. And fuel planning. I said we're going to take 7.7 tons. I ought to do a challenge, didn't I? I could sort of do, I might make a video of this. How quickly can you program the box for a flight? We're taking 7.7 tons. And that gives us a takeoff weight then of 68.5. And an extra 26 minutes of flight time. Cool. Jacko, No Time Brief Pro. That is an app which I built myself because I'm lazy and I don't like to work out my own brief. So that does that basically just does it for me. Mark, you're actually genuinely busy working from home. That's good to know. Some people are not genuinely busy working from home. Either way, we're glad you're here to leave us on in the background to take you down to Italy today. So that's all done. Let's undo our performance then. So let's get that up. So off of 05 left, it is dry today. We'll do normal config 1 departure. No need to force toga. Anti-has will be off. Pax will be off. Take off weight is, as we've just seen, 68.5, and the C of G is going to be 30.5. I'm going to go with Alpha Fox. If there's no ATC around, if we can get off a little bit quicker than normal, that would be great. So 133, 136, and 138. Transition altitude 5,000 feet here. That's correct. Flaps 1 and flex is 50. Now onto the engine out procedure stuff. Let's have a look. So it is 1162 thrust reduction and it's noise abatement 2, so acceleration is also going to be 1162. Oh, let me just check. Have we got that set to 800 feet? We have. That's okay then. So 1162, 1162, and engine acceleration, we'll leave that 1710, and the engine out procedure here is non-standard, so we'll copy the active flight plan. Basically this is at the Mike Charlie Tango 5 miles. We make a left turn to heading 270, and then at 3,000 feet it's a right turn to Mersey. So that's fine. That's our engine out procedure. So in order to get that in then, let's create the waypoint. So the place is Mike Charlie Tango. The bearing will be runway track, which is 051 for us today. And the distance is 5 miles. So that's our new place bearing distance, which we're going to pop in there. Place bearing distance 01. After that, direct to Mersey. We actually will be turning left heading 270, but I'll get Mersey in there and I can get the hold in. So inbound course at Mersey is 061. It is right turn, so that's fine. In the Mersey hold then, the arrival takes us back to Manchester, Echo Golf Charlie Charlie, and then from here we're on 05 right, as they're using for arrivals today. No star, no veer. And that is the engine out procedure set up in case we needed it. And we can just double check that looks how I wanted to. Yep, so there we are, straight out, left turn and heading towards Mersey, which is perfect. Good stuff. So with all that done, I think we are pretty much about ready to brief everything. Fuel's been done, and I'm just going to check that's balanced. So just before we run the brief, which should be straightforward here, we know Manchester pretty well, we'll get the seatbelt signs on, and I'm going to get the APU up and running as well. 1, 2, 3 seconds between master and start, so that's now running. Cool. Let's start with our brief then. So we have got no concerns with our weather today. Weather here for departure is fine. We've got a slight crosswind from the left as we go. That's okay. No rain forecast, so yeah, nice dry taxiways and runways. Weather en route looks fine. A little bit of icing on the arrival into Milan, and then as we saw from the OFP forecasted weather, it's a bit murky and rainy and drizzly, so could end up being auto land, could not. We'll see what happens, but either way, at the moment it's normal and Cat 1. So that's the weather. The aircraft is the fully operational A320 with sharklets today as well, and no times then. ILS 05 left unavailable. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Well, that's not going to affect us. We're landing 05 right if we have to come back in here. See, this is why I like this app, because it just highlights everything for me. Taxiway Echoes is partially closed. I don't think that actually affects us. So, biggest threat is the that's not going to affect us, because we're not going to be landing here today, unless something goes very wrong. Let's have a look at Malpensa then. We've got no red threats for us. This is all for the arrival brief. We'll sort that in a bit. We've got a taxiway partially closed. Oh my god, that's a lot of rubbish. We'll read that en route. But nothing operational that's going to affect us straight away. Jacko, the app is not yet public, but people have asked me about it, so once I'm happy with what it's doing, because there's still a few little bugs in it, I will make it public once I've ironed those out. Okay, cool. So nothing wrong with that. Let's have a look at the charts, and we'll talk about our actual plan for today in terms of the taxi and the departure and all of that stuff. So when my iPad starts to respond, oh, what's going on there? Come on, charts. Let's get you working. Oh, Manchester Ground has just come on. Well, we'll brief this and then we'll give them a call. Okay, so we are parked right at the very back up here, so we're going to push back, and it'll be a Zulu taxi. I would imagine then it's a taxi down. Actually, it's better to see the parking chart. That one actually gives us a little bit more information if we can zoom in on that. Yeah, so taxi down, it'll be Echo, then most likely it'll either be Delta or we'll stay on Echo around, and then I think we'll probably take Alpha and remain on Alpha 405 left. Let's just look at the departure itself. So we're straight out, no turns above below 760, straight out, right hand turn, 1.2 miles from Mike Charlie Tango, and there are no speed restrictions. Transition altitude 5,000, initial climb also 5,000. So yeah. Threats to be aware of as we take off. We're flying straight towards the Alps. No, we're not. We're flying straight towards the Pennines. We'll be coming in over the Alps. We're flying straight towards the Pennines. So MSA is 3,500 as we can see here. Engine out procedure we've touched upon, so that's straight out 5 miles from Manchester, left hand turn 270, 3,000 feet. Hold at the Mersey, we'll hold 4,000 feet. So that is our plan of action. Let's contact air traffic control then, as we are about to get underway. What is the frequency for that? 121.855. And we have information. Sierra is current. Manchester Ground, good afternoon, Easy 37 Charlie November, A320 stand 107, with information Sierra, request IVAR clearance to Milan Malpensa.
Easy 37 Charlie November, Manchester Ground. You are clear for Milan Malpensa, Listo 2 Sierra departure from runway 05 left, squawk 7015.
Cleared via Listo 2 Sierra, squawk 7015 off 05 left, Easy 37 Charlie November.
Easy 37 Charlie November, read back correct, QNH 1014.
And copy QNH 1014, Easy 37 Charlie November. Right, let's get squawking, and I think we're pretty much good to go. APU should be up and running as well by now. Done, 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 and yes, that's done. Let's get rid of that. Okay, so before we go any further then, I'm happy, hopefully you are happy. Let's do the cockpit prep checklist. So the aircraft acceptance, that has been completed. The fuel quantity is 7.7 tons, as we can see, balanced. Seatbelt signs are on. Adheres, we've got 3 nav greens checked, and Barra F QNH is 1017, 260 feet. Great stuff. Easy 37 Charlie November, stand 107 is ready for taxi.
Easy 37 Charlie November, I take it that you do want the push, and if that is so, stand 107, push and start approved, Zulu Orange.
That is indeed correct, yep, ready for push and start, and that's approved, pushback orange, Easy 37 Charlie November. What squawk did I put in, John? What have I put in there? Oh, I know exactly why I've done that. And 7015. Right, beacon light on, transponder on, and the B4 start checklist. So, that's GSX menus coming up. So our parking brake is on. Takeoff data, V1 is 133 confirmed, V2 138 confirmed, windows are closed, PEDs are on flight mode, doors are closed, and armed beacon light is on. Cabin crew, armed doors and cross check.
Copy, Captain. I'll arm the doors and cross-check now.
And maybe give yourself a caffeine shot whilst you're at it. Look at that. Is that still left over from COVID times? Minimum distance of all times. Alright, come on GSX. Give me the option. Oh, had we not finished boarding yet?
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Oh, we've got the new sounds, haven't we, now from GSX? Hopefully you guys heard that. He does sound very Cockney. Be perfect at Gatwick. Nose wheel steering is disconnected. Just also whilst I'm waiting for those, let's just check the final load sheet then. So final load sheet 179, 3 infants, takeoff weight is 685, and our trim will be 30.4. That's fine. It's the GSX Nick, Jayhawk. GSX Nick. Standard jet orange facing west. He's not told us to release parking brakes yet, has he? Is that a bug? Is he still waiting for me, or am I still waiting for him?
parking brakes, please.
There we go. Hey, Ducks Official, thank you for joining us, mate. Thank you. I've had him up for the bit. Hope you're doing well. Parking brakes released.
Commencing push.
Manchester Ground with this FSLTL for Bravo, indicated runway 5 right at Vicksburg, requesting taxi to gate, please. Correction to stand, please.
Okay, clear left.
Alpha Bravo, India, Manchester Ground. Get in contact with me when you have crossed.
Right, let's start engines. Engine mode selected to ignition. It's been 3 minutes, so we can get the bleed on. And starting engine 1. Hey Dennis, hello from Nova Scotia, fantastic. Well, fingers crossed, the flight works and it all looks good. This is the first full flight I will have done since Sim Update 5, so we'll find out. And Ducks Official as well, and Cos Gluten Juice, thank you for the follow on Twitch, guys. Hope you're doing well. Okay, so engine 1 starting up, and parking brake is set. Ducks Official, do you know, if I can fly like this with you guys during the middle of the day, then life's good, isn't it? Engine 1 got a good start. Let's start engine 2. So big hello from Alberta, Canada. Thank you. Hope you are. Hope you're doing well. What time is it where you guys are? I'm assuming it's still. It's not early morning, is it? Just nice morning. Do you know what? I quite like these JSX voices. These are much better than previous. Oh, it's 6:45 in the morning in LA. Wow. Okay. On Ducks Officially from Singapore, then yeah, obviously evening time for you. 7:45, Saviki. Oh, what a great way to wake up. Jumping on the virtual flight. Okay, so we've got good engine start on both 1 and 2. Left is clear. Right is clear.
Manchester Ground, hello again. First of all, for Bravo idea holding short Bravo 1, requesting taxi to the closest stand, please.
So I don't need that. Don't need that. Anti-ice is not required.
I don't have any in my mind, but you can tell me the nearest one for me for Alpha Bravo India.
And set trim.
Taxi stand 6-2.
Okay, after start checklist. Anti-ice off. Ecam status is checked, should just be the pack. Pitch 30.4, rudder neutral. Flight control check. Full left. Full right. Neutral. Full up. Full down. Neutral and the rudder. Full right. Full left. And neutral. Let's get our clearance then. Ground Easy 37 Charlie November is now ready for taxi.
Easy 37 Charlie November, taxi Delta 5 for now via Zulu, Echo and Delta.
Taxi and hold Delta 5 via Zulu Echo Delta for Easy 37 Charlie November. So that's straight out around here, then taking a left onto Echo and hold it. Do you say to hold Delta 5? How can we hold Delta 5? Oh, right, no, I see what it means. I see what it means. Okay. So, lights on. Auto brake max.
Easy 375 November, do you have the new signature or with Echo?
let's go. Okay, so we've got no change to our takeoff performance. Engine out procedure is non-standard, straight out, 5 miles from the Manchester VOR, left turn 270, 3,000 feet, hold at the Mersey, 4,000 feet. Departure is straight out, immediate right turn after passing 760, 1.2 miles from the Mike Charlie Tango, and our initial climb is 5,000 feet, no speed restrictions. It's really sad about Spirit, obviously. Very, very sad indeed. Presscraft Books, mate, thank you for the sub. So basically, going to be heading around here, and then we're holding the right-hand taxi line. Inibuilds done a stunning job of this. Do you know what? We might even do a giveaway a little bit later on. I said that on our Discord server earlier. We've just passed 59,000 subscribers on YouTube, and so it's a bit of a thank you. Might give an we could give a copy of this airport away, couldn't we? Actually, Manchester's fantastic. Might set that up once we're in the cruise. And we'll do the taxi checklist in a moment, once we've just got ourselves onto the Delta taxiway. Once you get onto Delta here, you can't really go on.
Charlie November, you can continue your taxi Alpha 1 for runway 05 left via Zulu, Echo, Delta and Alpha.
Cleared to continue now via Zulu, Echo, Delta and Alpha for holding point 05 left, easy 37 Charlie November. Hey Mark, good to see you.
Manchester ground, good evening. Lukejet 131 sent 61 left, request clearance to Edinburgh as file. That is information Tango on board, aircraft type, Pilatus PC, 12.
Lukejet 131, Manchester ground, very good afternoon. You're cleared Edinburgh. It's a Pole Hill 4 Sierra departure from 05 left, squawk 6202, information Tango, QNH 1014.
So here's where we just need to head to the right as the taxiway line splits.
Pole Hill 4 Sierra, popped it in text for you.
Okay, so destination is filed, departure via Pole 4 Sierra, QNH 1014, squawk 6202, runway news 05 left, Lukejet 131.
Lukejet 131, read that correct. Lukejet 131, start off is approaching, report ready for the taxi.
We will report ready for taxi, Lukejet 131.
Right, Delta then, again, just keep hugging the right-hand line, which is nice and straightforward. So with that, let's do our taxi checklist. So the flight controls have been checked. Flap setting is config 1 confirmed. FMAs, we have 133 blue, 138 magenta, climb nav blue, 1FD2, 5000 blue. Radar and predictive wind shear are on. Engine mode selector is normal. ECAM memo takeoff no blue, and our EFB is stowed. Oliver, taxi speed. Maximum taxi speed in a straight line is 30 knots for the 320, and then when sort of going around like a 90-degree turn, 10 knots. If that helps. Well, Mark, do you know what? I'm trying to restructure my life a little bit to try and get the streams in. I love doing the streams with you guys. It's one of the best things about the channel, and you're right, we've not been able to get that many in, have we? And I think if we can get the streams in, maybe in the daytime, around about this time kind of thing, if I'm not on the school run, and then we can just give you guys something to do if you are working from home, or if you've got a day off, or if you're doing boring housework, then maybe we can just capitalize on that time together. So this is where it just peels off onto Alpha there. If you are enjoying the stream though, and it is keeping you entertained for a while, then please don't forget to leave a like on the channel. It really does help with this sort of YouTube metrics and the old algorithm. So big thank you to everyone that's done that already. Remember, of course, if you enjoy real life plane spotting, we have our Jetlog app, and of course the Contrail discount code to save you some money when you're purchasing add-ons for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 or 2024. Hey, Katie Pilot, and housework.
November, no further ATC, monitor advisory, 122.8, have a great flight.
Over to 122.8, thank you for the service, Easy37 Charlie November, bye bye. Right, well, Katie, if housework is the highlight of your week, I'm going to offer you a job. Of course, it does involve cleaning up around 4 children. It wouldn't be a highlight for very long, that's for sure. Good to see you as always. I've locked my cats out of the office. We did get our takeoff performance figures from Alpha Fox, so we could actually we could take Alpha Fox, couldn't we? Oh no, let's just go full length. It's not going to save us that much time. Mark says he's dog sitting, so he's going to need a walk soon. Sadly, not something I have to do anymore. Right, we'll take Alpha Golf instead of going all the way around. We definitely don't need to go full length. Now, well, Katie, my cats have smashed things, they've flooded things, they've pretty much ruined every carpet surface we have. When they decide to like have a hairball, throw up or BL or anything like that, why is it always on the carpeted floor and never the hard floor? Right, let's get out of here. So 122.8 onto advisory service, and I can't see anything coming in. To be fair, they should be landing on 05 right anyway. Manchester traffic, Easy37 Charlie November is landing at runway 05 left for departure list 02 Sierra. Right, let's light her up. And gas packs. Oh, I think the sun's coming out a little bit as well. Okay, lineup checklist. So cabin should be secured. I think they'll. Cabin crew seats for takeoff. Lineup secured.
Copy, Captain.
Takeoff runway.
Cabin is secure and crew are taking seats for takeoff now.
05 left 5 Avil Golf. TCAS TAR impacts 1 and 2 are off. Approach path was clear. Casey, we are indeed on VATSIM, yeah. Katie, you did a night stop in Manchester. Oh, poor you. Since the new term. Yeah, so where a bit... I don't know where everyone's parking now. Everything's changed. Like, Easyjet, they're now right over where we've taxied from today. So, it's a really long taxi. Alright, looks like we're good to go. And take off then. Start the chrono. Manflex SRS runway auto thrust blue. Takeoff thrust set.
Winner Central 5, turn left, heading Charlie Foxtrot 05 Romeo and reducing speed
100 knots.
knots.
122.8,
V1. Rotate. It's like the hump is catapulting us into the air. I'm taking off and the runway's coming with us. There's that right crosswind. And positive climb. Gear up. Nav. Oh, Katie, you are parking in the old staff car park. That's where you're parking. Same as where we departed from today. You can still walk down the old staff car park as well. Me and my lad have done it. Thrust climb. Climb. Autopilot 1 engaged. And passing S speed. Flaps 0. Spoilers disarmed.
Manchester traffic, this is Shuttle 2 Delta. Just gonna be on the right turn on Charlie Foxtrot 05 right. They're gonna be on the approach.
Okay, so now passing 3,000 feet, we've got no air traffic control.
Manchester traffic.
So we'll just clear ourselves up then, really, I guess. So we're going to go open climb and standard pressure. Open climb 250 blue. Just keep an eye out on some of the traffic that we've got here. They're going to be coming out and round us, so I don't think they're going to be in our way. Bit of anti-ice as we get through the cloud layer. Shouldn't last too long. Katie, everyone wants to know when the EFBX is coming out. It's going to be the one-stop shop. The new mother of all EFBs. Zan, I'm afraid I don't know when the Fenix Neos are coming out.
Manchester traffic, this is Shuttle 2 Delta on short final of landing 05 right. Manchester traffic.
Right, we'll just toggle the seatbelt signs. That's the sort of signal for our cabin crew to disappear and start doing what they're doing. Yeah, there you go. Katie says it's coming. Release announcement will be the FS Expo. Do you know what? I looked at going to the FS Expo. And then I saw where it was, and I saw how easy it was, in inverted commas, to get to here from the UK, and I thought, that's just insane. Is it in Wisconsin, or somewhere that feels like a little bit of the back and beyond? Spearbird 14, thank you for the follow, and Airbus Virtual Pilot, good to have you, and Nandu Kitty too, thank you guys. Alright, coming up on 10,000 feet, we'll get airports onto the EFIS, and coming down here, clear all this stuff out. So, Easyjet stops, 0 the cost index. RadNav can now be cleared out, as we don't need that. Just check our performance then. 370 is fine today. So, 370 blue.
Cabin service will begin shortly, so please sit back, relax.
And the engine out spreader is no longer needed.
Thank you for flying with us.
Ah, Katie, that sounds like a good idea. Going via Dublin, then you're already cleared in, aren't you? Oh, Katie, if you finished at 7 AM this morning, where the heck were you coming from? And you should be in bed. Frodo, yeah, I think our cabin crew today is pretty close to retirement. Or involuntary retirement. Okay, everyone's now able to use the toilet. We don't need those. They can go, and we can sit and chill to climb, I think. Oh, at least it wasn't a massively long flight then, Katie, but yeah, nobody wants that. Nobody wants that alarm. Redraw, mate, thank you so much. Yeah, Flashy, P45, I'm filling it out now. Is Heathrow still suffering from early morning mist at this time, or is that now? Is the air now warm enough that you don't get that? Mark, since Sim Update 4, you've not been able to get the flaps to work by the Thrustmaster Captain's pack. Sim finds the switch, but it doesn't work. Oh dear.
Contact London Control on 127.105.
Right, so SayIntentions Air Traffic Control is now taking over the air traffic control because we're out of the departure, and it knows we're on Unicom. So yeah, we can. I'm going to hand this over to my co-pilot. My co-pilot can check in for us, and yeah, we'll just have a little bit of virtual air traffic control.
Easy 37 Charlie, November. Good afternoon. We're climbing through flight.
Why are my landing lights still on?
Easy 37 Charlie, November, London. Control identified. 8 miles northeast of Safeford, glider field. At flight level 180, QNH 1013, cleared direct follow-up 28.
Yeah, so Riddle, SayIntentions and VATSIM work side by side together. So obviously I am I'm on VATSIM,
flight level 180,
but I'm on Unicom.
1013.
When SayIntentions knows that I am on Unicom, it takes over and throws in virtual air traffic control. The only thing with that is, as per VATSIM rules, you have to monitor Unicom. So we can do that on VHF2.
Flight level 370, Easy 37 Charlie, November.
Rather than monitoring the guard frequency 1215, I just put my VHF2 on to Unicom, and that way we're monitoring that. Oh, we would be if I left it turned on. There we go. So Mark, a full reinstall, I'll be honest with you, is very easy now. It's not like a full reinstall of Flight Sim 2020, which was terrible, because that meant that you'd got to download the entire sim. You don't now. It's 9 gig. I think it took me 10 minutes, which was absolutely fine. Although Flash has just said, Mark, try calibrating it in the McDo. Speedbird 14 says your vids are great. Finally caught a live stream. Always counting you for the latest news. Well, I'm really glad you enjoyed them, Speedbird, and thank you for the follow. Black FC1 as well, and Calvin, thank you for the follow too. The reason I was asking about Heathrow's weather is because I'm actually headed down there to do... who's just said that they were spotting at Heathrow the other day? I'm actually going down for a day of plane spotting on Thursday. Just for the fun of it. We're going to go and see how the new Jetlog app works down there. Go and see if we can go and complete more British Airways fleets and tick those off, because you get that little progress report every time you mark an aircraft off as spotted, and see if we can get all of the aircraft, all the British Airways aircraft turned green. I'm going with my lad, and he wants to see the Eastern airlines, so China Easterns, Cathay Pacifics, and basically all the ones that we never actually see fly over us. So yeah, that's what we're doing for. Because it's the elections, isn't it, of course, on Thursday here in the UK, and his school's closed, so it means that we get a random day out. Riddle, any ideas why Flight Sim 24 takes over 15 minutes to load? Wow. Mine doesn't take that long. Have you reinstalled it recently? Or is your community folder absolutely massive? Because that could be a reason. Eric, what is a visual approach and when do you use them? So, do you know, visual approaches are, certainly in Europe, they're not that common. If Katie's there, I bet she'll be able to tell you how often she does how often, Katie, do you do a visual approach now? You do them probably in Greece, the Greek Isles. I would say in Europe more often than anywhere else, just because they don't have the nav aids and things. And the ILS approaches and whatnot. But yeah, visual approaches I think they're more common in the USA. And the slightly sceptical part of me thinks, is that so air traffic controllers can just absolve themselves of responsibility? You accept the visual approach, it's your fault from there on in. Stevie, have I been able to make streaming on YouTube my full-time job? Oh, I wish. Absolutely not. I'm not Jamie. Maybe if I didn't have 4 kids and a mortgage, then I could do it. We have got the new contrails installed as well. What's it called? I was not SimFX. Try Sim. Oh, why is it asking me to pop this in again? Oh, hang on. I'm gonna have to find that and pop that in. I would might have to do that off screen though. Although those contrails didn't look like they were default. Redraw, if you do a full reinstall, will your mods get deleted? If they are in your native community folder place, then yes, they will. The best thing to do is, if you haven't watched my video actually from yesterday about fixing Sim Update 5, watch that and it will talk you through it. Because it's not just a case of reinstalling the Sim. There's a couple of things you need to do just to sort of protect yourself from losing everything. That said, I completely forgot to back up my my cabin views, so I'm now missing those, sadly. Katie, so visual approaches are definitely more fun. They are. But the places we go, you rarely do them because of the volume of traffic. Air traffic control need us to fly specific speeds, headings, but on the Greek islands where they sometimes don't have radar, they're a great tool rather than having to do a procedural approach. Yeah, so that's great, Katie, just backing up what I said about the Greek islands, because they're not always that busy, and like I said, they don't all have ILS approaches and things like that. And there are places where visual approaches a visual approach is basically once you're below the cloud layer and you can physically see the airport and you can see the runway, you've got that visual contact. If ATC say, do you want the visual approach, and you're happy to take it, that basically means that you are flying using your eyes. There are still operational procedures that you've got to stick with, and it can only be done in good weather, but yeah. Uncle Jip, hello to you. Bertrand, let me just, I'm going to have to find my login code for GSX, for the, not GSX, but for the effects. Let me just see if I can find that. 1 minute, because I did buy it because I thought it was kind of cool. Eric, when do you use open climb and open descent? To be honest, open climb and managed climb, there isn't really too much difference. The only difference between open climb and managed climb is the fact that managed climb, so we're in open climb at the moment, if I push it for managed climb, it's not going to matter now, but if I push for the managed climb, it just means if there were any altitude constraints, it would respect them. But in open climb, it's not going to. It's just going to climb based on the speed that you set. The same's true as well for descent. So if you're in managed descent, it will descend down, doing its damnedest to keep you on the aircraft descent profile, and it will respect any constraints, altitude constraints. Open descent, though, I tend to favour and use just because I like to be a little bit under that profile. As long as it's safe, of course, and you're not going to crash into something hard. You can't bust constraints, but there aren't usually constraints at 20,000 feet. But with open descent, it means that you control your VS speed via using your speed. So if you want to descend a little bit faster, then open descent and pull speed and wind your speed up a little bit. Like I said, I just like to be a little bit underneath the profile so I've got time to level off, and then I'm ahead of the aircraft, I'm ahead of the profile, I've got that little bit of thinking time. And it's great because every approach is different. You've just got to manage it slightly. And but I suppose the biggest difference between the two is one will respect constraints, one will not. I knew someone was going to ask this. So how is it possible for an aircraft to hit a food truck on the highway when doing a visual approach? Well, I'm guessing those pappies would have been showing a few more reds than whites. That would be my first thing. And then we've got to wait for the investigation. It could be, you know, what if there was a microburst or something like that? Yeah, I know you normally only get those in areas with the sort of thunderstorm activity, but if, you know, that very last minute it pushed it down below that profile, then that's what we've got to wait and see. What will be interesting to see is if there wasn't any weather-related reason or anything like that, then at that stage I kind of be thinking that, you know, you're probably should be going around, but we're not going to. I'm not going to call that out and say they messed up because we don't know the facts. Black, when you start your descent, should you be in open descent? Good question on this, because that all depends. Now, if air traffic control has left you, if air traffic control has left you high, so you're now really above you're late descending basically. If you push for managed descent at that point, it's going to want to catch up with your profile, so it's just going to nosedive you down to try and catch up. So it might be at that point, pull open descent. It will start that descent a little more softly, and then you can start to wind your speed up to catch up with the profile. You can descend at 5,000 feet per minute, which sounds like a lot. You can descend at that without passengers becoming too uncomfortable. They're not going to be sat there, pinned into the back of their seats. It's more about how quickly you change the descent rate rather than what the descent rate is. What is my favourite Boeing aircraft, Eric? Probably the 757.
4992, we've got a seekers warning. There was a United 263 taking up, but we got not reported.
Mark says the pappies was showing green through the grass. That's harsh but funny. Michael, did I uninstall GSX and the Fenix too? I'll be honest, I did reinstall the Fenix aircraft, yes. GSX I've just updated today, so that kind of reinstalled it all anyway.
I just wanted to get out there because...
right, I am just going to quickly... I'm just going to log in and register with the TriTriSim. So let me just do that, and then hopefully we can have a little bit of a look at it. I mean, we're nearly at cruising altitude, aren't we? So it's probably not going to... it's probably not going to do very much at this altitude. But let me just log in anyway. Ah! Oh, stupid thing. Right, I'm not going to do that. I'll tell you why I'm not going to do that. Because I've just tried to type in I've just tried to type in my, what do you call it, my code and my email address, and the stupid thing's just put me into slew mode because it's still connected to the SIM. I hate that when you're trying to type into an EFB or something like that. That's really annoying.
56 to Alpha, and then to follow Super 64 X-Ray Romeo to hold at event
Right.
For runway 09 right.
Nearly at cruise. My cold star. Oliver95 says, I enjoy watching the stream with food and drink. Today is cheese, olives and some red wine. Red wine? What time zone are you on? That's on cruise. So we set TCAS to below. And back to the perf page. Cost index of 8. And let's just check the SD pages.
Now reach cruising altitude, and the cabin crew will begin the snack and beverage service shortly. Be sure to try our delicious sandwiches and refreshing drinks from the Easyjet menu. After the service, selected items from the Easyjet shop will be available for your browsing pleasure. Thank you for flying with us.
Nothing showing us out of the ordinary or strange on there. What's that? 5818. About 77, so when you add it all up. So we've got no fuel leak. That is good. Flashy says anytime is wine time. Nick Fizz, the flight attendant, sure does sound enthusiastic. Probably not the word I choose. Right, now we're at cruise though. We're going to be at Biggin in 12 miles, so we can do a fuel check at Biggin. So plug fuel was 7.2. We took 7.7, which is 500 kilograms more. Plus 200 kilograms contingency, so we've got 700 kilograms of extra fuel. Let's find Biggin on the flight plan. And so we should have about 5.7 tons on board. And we have got 5.8. Perfect. SayIntentions, good evening, or good afternoon rather to you. Right, I said we're just past 79, I wish. We're just past 59,000 subscribers, haven't we, on YouTube? So I was going to do a bit of a thank you giveaway. I think as we've departed Manchester today from Inibuilds, then that sounds like a good one to give away. So I'm going to set that up. I'll let you know when that's open and running. It won't be set up. It's not set up just yet, so no rush. But yeah, we'll get that sorted. The stewardess does sound a little bit too laid back, Mark. RSA, do I think that Flight Sim 24 will make the weather radar work? Oh, I hope so. I really do hope so. Because I would love to see the weather radar working, and I mean, I don't actually think we've actually got any weather ahead of us, to be honest with you. those clouds are definitely looking better than as soon as I updated to Sim Update 5. But yeah, I'd love to see the in-op sticker be removed because it actually works, but not at the moment. Company message. Were we late? Let's have a look. "12 minutes late." Well, we'll blame somebody else for that. Right, well, let me just see if the cabin crew can actually assist us. Because I quite fancy a drink. I'm a bit thirsty now. I don't even know the cabin crew's name today. Hey, really sorry to have to ask, but what's your name? I didn't catch who was working in the cabin today.
Copy, Captain. This is Maria Moody working in the cabin today.
Maria Moody. Well, that makes sense. Hi, Maria. Any chance of a cup of tea, please?
Understood, Captain. We'll bring a cup of tea to the flight deck now.
Fantastic. Flight Tom says there's no such thing as CBs in Microsoft Flight Sim, so it'd be useless. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I don't know. From a visuals perspective, I've seen CBs, but you're right in terms of what it's like. So I would like to see more turbulence. You've probably all been there. You've all been on aircraft. You know when you're coming into land, and you inevitably come through the inversion layer where all the cumulus clouds, not necessarily nimbus clouds, but where the clouds are starting to form. There is inevitably some turbulence there. And you don't feel it.
Easy-37 Charlie, November. Good afternoon, maintaining flight level 370.
Nando Kitty, no, she doesn't sound thrilled at all. I think we could change the cabin crew. If we don't like her, I was going to say, if we don't like her, I can kick her out. Right, average fat simmer. I think you've stumbled across an issue for which... let me ask. So he says, have you ever had the issue where the batteries and the AFB don't turn on? You've tried everything from reinstalling Flight Sim 24 and the Phoenix, as well as manually opening the Phoenix app. So if the EFB doesn't work, but more importantly, if the batteries, if you've got no voltage in the batteries here, if they're just blank, are you using any mods, like a cockpit mod or a livery mod, something like that? Yeah, Katie, you can't. You don't have that in your arsenal. We can do this virtually. JMB Gator, is there a good airport? Is there a good Milan airport recommended? Yeah, so the one we're flying to today is from Aerosoft, Malpensa. So hopefully that should be okay.
Captain, here is your cup of tea.
Oh my God, she came back and brought me a cup of tea. Oh, brilliant. I'm really sorry to be a pain, but have you got any sweeteners as well? I should have asked for sweeteners, shouldn't I? Silly me.
Understood, Captain. We'll bring sweeteners to the flight deck now.
Okay, well, no rush. Martin, it's such fun flying everywhere with the gear down. When I go flying in real life, I'm flying everywhere with the gear down. So average fat simmer, you've got no mods. So is the only thing in your aircraft the Phoenix aircraft? Is that right? I'd be looking at deleting that completely and reinstalling it. I know you said you've already done that, but I would want an empty community. In fact, empty your community folder, load the sim with nothing in it. So load it in a vanilla state. I think that does reset quite a few things. Then come back out, install the Phoenix aircraft, nothing else, not even a livery. Then spawn back in and see how you get on. Airbus Virtual Pilot, she might spit in it first or add in eye drops. I mean, the spit is probably the least lethal, isn't it? RSAF, the name of the cabin attendant. Okay, so yeah, it's from SayIntentions. Link in the video description down below if you want to check it out. So you can get the cabin attendant from SayIntentions, which, whilst SayIntentions is subscription service, the cabin crew is not. You can buy Entourage, which is a one-time purchase, and that gives you the cabin crew. And lots of other great things as well, actually. Martin, your gear lever doesn't work. What, you mean the actual one in the sim, or your physical hardware, whatever it is you're using? Thankfully, Fenix have made it very easy to install Linux. We're rocking about a little bit, aren't we?
Captain, here are your sweeteners. Anything else you need while I'm here?
No, but just be aware, we seem to be in a little bit of light turbulence, so I might pop the seatbelt signs back on in a second or so if we don't get through this.
Copy, Captain. I'll keep an eye on the cabin and let the passengers know if the seatbelt signs are turned back on.
So my turbulence settings, I think, they'll be set to realistic, won't they? Because I've just reinstalled the sim, so it will be set to realistic. Now, this isn't too unrealistic because I have flown in a flight back from Menorca, and almost the entire flight, it was awful. Hey Hutchie, the ground control on the overhead panel, do you need to put this on? Are you referring to this one here? So when you are on the ground and the engines aren't running, then I don't know if this is airline specific or Airbus specific across the board, but yeah, ground control should be on basically when the engines aren't running and there's no APU running. So yeah, basically it's not being powered by the aircraft itself. Metrovic 99, have I seen the latest investigation report about the Chinese 737 which crashed in 22? They say that at 29,000 feet the pilot cut the fuel off. I saw a very quick thing on Facebook, nothing that I delved into, but I did see that and I thought, oh, I kind of hope that's not true. The problem is now with social media and Facebook and things like that, I don't know what's AI and what's not anymore. Which is a really sad place to be, isn't it? Martin, what I might do is, rather than doing them via email, if you get on our Discord server, I might pop things like that, like controller config things. I might put them in the pilot's briefing room. It will give me a bit of time to set that up, but yeah. Oh, Metrovic 99. Well, that's okay. The one I saw wasn't from BBC News. I don't know where it was from. It's just one of these random Facebook posters. For which, like I say, you've kind of got to be very careful as to what you do and don't believe there. Oh, right. Where are we anyway? So we're waving about all over the place, aren't we? McKay, do I fly in VR? No, my PC isn't strong enough to run VR. Plus, which if I was flying in VR, you guys wouldn't be able to see sort of this, would you? I don't even know how that would work. I don't think you could stream in VR. Or maybe you can, but it's just not something I've ever looked into. Right, so what was I doing? I was setting up the giveaway, wasn't I? So, yeah, I'm going to give away Manchester Airport from Inibuilds. and we could have that open for a good hour or so, maybe a little longer. Right, I'm going to open that now. So, in order to enter the giveaway, if you're watching on Twitch, our giveaways at the moment, they only run on YouTube, and that basically means you just got to come over to YouTube, enter the giveaway, and then go back to Twitch if that's what you want. But yeah, I'm just doing that now. Let's just bear with me 1 minute. And we are running, I think. 1 minute. See if Streamlabs is gonna. There we are. So there you go. Streamlabs Manchester Airport is now open. The raffle has started. Use ! raffle to enter on YouTube only. If you are a channel member as well, channel members, each entry gets you an extra ticket. So as a thank you to all our channel members, our giveaways, the channel members do have a slight advantage on that, just as a thank you to for being a channel member and supporting us. Okay, so I just need to check where we actually are, and then we probably need to get some en route weathers, don't we? Where are we going to be crossing? Echo Bravo Lima Golf. That's a nice long runway. We'll check that one out. It's not an Easyjet base, but, you know. Send that off. Just having a look to see if I could get any directs in and make the flight shorter, but to be honest with you, it all seems pretty direct, doesn't it? There's nothing standing out there to say that it's going to be shorter to do that. Madman 54, have I had any issues with Sim Update 5? Well, yeah, when I first updated it, it looked terrible. Reinstalled the sim and did a couple of other things, and yeah, it seemed to work. Now we are obviously going to be crossing the Alps, so I'm going to pop in DGAT, our Alps waypoint, the radial of 225 and 090. That then should give us our Alp line, as I call it. We're not close enough yet to see it, but basically it just gives us sort of the peaks of the Alps, just to help with our situational awareness and things. Flight Simulator 2025, thank you for the follow. That's a very official sounding name. Right, so we're now.
Charlie November, contact Brussels Control on 125.0.
I was just gonna say, heading over to
Brussels Control on 125.0.
to Belgium.
Charlie November.
Flight Sim 25 then. So if you started Flight Sim in 2025, how are you finding it? It's great that so many new people are now coming to the world of flight simulation, because when I first started years ago, it was very niche. Okay, so I do need to... I'm just looking at the time. This says we're going to be getting in at 15:58. I need to cut that down. I've got to cook dinner, and then I've got my lads' football practice. So we are going to just pretend we've contacted ops for a bit of a request. And we're going to go Mach 8. Just push the speed a little bit. Oh, Mad Mac 8 is awful, isn't it, when the sim crashes? Have you cleared your cache? Although, to be fair, if you uninstalled the sim, the cache should have been cleared, I suppose. Right, something I haven't done is when I did uninstall the sim and reinstall the sim, I forgot to save my cabin views. So let's just go for a walk. I'm gonna have to reset these back up again. Anyone can do this as well, by the way, to get decent cabin views. Ah! Oh God! Quick, run back to the flight deck. Jeez! What the hell happened there? My aircraft, I have control. Maybe I shouldn't leave the flight deck. I bet I know exactly what's happened there. I know exactly what's happened there. Right. Autopilot 1 re-engaged. That I originally thought it was the weather as well, but it wasn't. I know what it was. So because I reinstalled the sim, I bet, yeah, it's using the keyboard here. Look, that's just keyboard, airplane controls, none. I only wanted to control general settings. I don't want it to control the aircraft. Right, everything's good. Let's get our speed back up. We'll regain that, and then we'll try and go for a walk again. Closing that so the passengers don't think we're incompetent. Gas man. Do you know what? Maria, so sorry about that. I hope the turbulence wasn't too bad. I've spilt my cup of tea. Could I please have another one?
Understood, Captain. We'll bring another cup of tea to the flight deck now.
And maybe a towel.
Understood, Captain. We'll bring a towel to the flight deck now.
I forget which airline it was. In the it was an A320 crossing the Atlantic, and the pilot spilled tea or coffee all over the pedestal. Oh, that's a bad day in the office. Hey, Hitman. Mike, I don't panic. Often. I'm going to wait till the speed gets back up, and then I'm going to try and go for a walk again. Nico Brez, yeah.
Captain, here is your towel. Sorry about the spill earlier. Anything else you need?
No, I'm good, thank you. Did you remember the sweeteners?
Copy, Captain. I brought the sweeteners for your tea.
Excellent. I forgot what I was saying now. Oh yeah, trying to configure the thrustmaster sort of setup for prop planes. Yeah, I found that a bit of a pain as well. Captain Joe 350 says it was a Delta aircraft 330 that had the coffee spill on the pedestal. Hitman, I don't think I have used the DLSS swapper. I don't actually think I've ever heard of that, to be honest. Do you have to memorize limitations or just the memory items? So the memory items, obviously, they have to be memorized. Limitations, you don't have to memorize them, but you do need to know where to find them. So if you need to find them quickly, then you know you need to know where to find them if you can't remember them. Because it's daft things like so. I guess most people here will, if you're watching this channel, will probably know that the A320 crosswind limitations.
Captain, here is your new cup of tea. I hope this one stays upright.
Thank you very much. Yeah, so you'll know the crosswind limitations, but if you're on a wet runway, or if you're on a narrow runway, so say 30 meters, then those crosswind limitations, they drop. They can be dropped to like sort of 20 knots instead of 38 knots or whatever. So would I remember that off by heart? Probably not, but I know where I can find it in the documentation, so you can just go in and have a look. That's the important thing there. Well, Hitman will have a little look at that. I assume it's something I have to Google. That's the problem. There's so many great things now. I say, oh, have you tried this? Have you tried that? Have you tried that? I'm like, it's very easy to try everything. Airbus Virtual Pilot says her answers seem rather loaded to me. You're going to have to pay for that at some point for asking. Well, hopefully she won't judge me too much. Right, so we're back up to speed. Maybe, just maybe, we could try going for that walk again. Frog1237D, if you want to check out my latest graphics settings, have a look at the latest video that I released yesterday about what I've done to sort of mitigate Sim Update 5 and the latest installation that I wasn't happy with. So yeah, have a look at that and I show you my current graphics settings, and those are the ones I'm using right now. Max today is one issue when flying on VATSIM started occurring lately. After touchdown, my frames get terrible and becomes unplayable. This started happening just recently and I didn't change any of the settings. So, does it only happen on VATSIM? Which would be very strange, wouldn't it? The only other thing I can think about is if you use we've got ATC. If we use rolling cache, then turn delete it. Delete your rolling cache, because that can cause issues. Right, I'm going to try and go for a walk again. Let's see if we can set up the custom views again without my plane going left or right. Right. Custom view 1. Set up a second one. Do I use WindWing products? So I have got so at the moment I'm using Wing Flex products. Now the reason for that is because the Wing Flex products, what I've got at the moment, I use Wing Flex and I use the Thrustmaster products. The reason I use those at the moment is because the WindWing products, or are they thrust control now, or whatever they've called themselves. Their products are fantastic for people building a full-size home-built cockpit. They are really, really good. They are full-size. The quality is, and the price is brilliant. I, at the moment, do not have the space to set those up. One day, I keep saying I'm going to build a full-size cockpit, which would be fantastic. Can you imagine streaming from that? Wind control, thank you, not thrust control. Wind control. So yeah, I've got their products. I just do not physically have the space at the moment in my current office setup to set them up. And as we've just moved house in the last 5 months, there is a lot of work to do in the new house. If I started building a home cockpit before I've fixed other more important issues in the new house, well then I'd probably have a lot more time to stream because I've been divorced. So yeah, it's not going to happen for a while yet. Judgmental GSX does that already. You can have passengers sat on the aircraft. Yeah, you can. That is already a thing. It works. Hey Carol, good morning from America. Hope you're doing well. Carefree Gary, Skylark for Christmas. Can you imagine? I mean, their products are the bee's knees, aren't they? They are absolute top dog. What I wouldn't give to enjoy one of their products. Just sat watching the weather now outside my my window. It was glorious sunshine this morning. It's now looking sort of very dull. Oh, Max, it is. I think it could be a rolling cash issue then. And if you're landing at an airport which is an add-on airport, maybe uninstall it and reinstall it. It's all little things like this. It really is a pain. I know it's a pain when stuff like that happens. And it just spoils the enjoyment, particularly if you know it's something that's going to be happening at the end of the flight. Apollo 747 says, amazing, never even heard about the Wing Flex products until then. Yeah, they're not as well known, I'll be honest with you. But they too are very, very good, very premium in their feel. In fact, 1 second, let me just see if I can do this for you. 1 minute. So. There, so this is this sort of setup we've got at the moment. It's literally a desktop setup because like I said, I've not got the space all the time to put in a full setup at the minute. But this is I don't think they make this anymore. So this is the Wing Flex combo, which is basically you've got the EFIS captain side, obviously FCU. And then you've got the first officers. This is all to one. This is a 1-to-1 scale replica as well. So this is full size. It's obviously just missing the glare shields off both sides. Wingflex MCDU, and then obviously we've got a little radio management panel. But yeah, so it's It's certainly it's everything that I need for streaming, and it's all there. It works quite well. But obviously, as you're with the thrust control, or wind wing as was, wind control stuff, they are literally full size. It is really high quality, but it's big. Carefree Gary, they disappear, the passengers. They disappear for a reason. That reason is so you are not wasting resources. Now, if you actually want to keep them there, keep the door open. Close the door, they disappear. Right, I'm going to do a little bit of a direct now to Golf Tango Quebec. Let's just ask ATC if we can do that. Process control, Easy 37 Charlie November. Any chance we could get a direct to Golf Tango Quebec? This is SayIntentions Air Traffic Control, by the way, because no VATSIM online at the minute.
37 Charlie November, direct GTQ approved.
That's been approved, fantastic. That saved us a minute. I mean, I'm not too bothered about passengers always being displayed, just because it's using resources, isn't it? It's using resources that we don't need. Right, so that is our flight plan and get in. My plan here as well is at this point I'm going to get down to about 4,000 feet, and as soon as we can get in, then I'm going to get direct inlet and straight in. Just cut out all this time. I mean, that could cut out an extra 5 minutes, which is definitely useful. Yeah, the weather is not what I was hoping for. Nice views over the Alps. It's not going to be happening today, sadly. Ah, so are we going to be passing straight over DGAT? We're going to be very, very close to DGAT. And Derek Bodrites just said he's received his wing control Orion 32 rudder pedals. They are amazing. You can't say anything bad about the price of the wing control stuff. They are brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. Right, let's just get a weather check for Basel. Send that off. Oh, that was Liège. Don't need that. What's Basel got going for us then? Visibility is fine. Thunderstorms and rain. Oh, it's not great. So I'm just basically looking for anywhere that if we need to get down somewhere decent. Hey, Threshold Gaming, under a different name, or Elliot. Oh, if you're going to, that's brilliant, Elliot. Thank you for sorting that. That's something that we set up a while ago, wasn't it, on the channel for Peter. Glad that there is some way to at least get that sorted, even if it has to be done privately. Manbank 54 wing control MCDU is amazing with the Fenix. Oh yeah, I've got the wing control MCDU. This is why I reckon I could build a full cockpit. So I was chatting with my lad the other day who says you really need to build one, and my wife wasn't around, and so I've got one of those. I've got another one of those. I've got the Rosefire switching panel. I've got I've got Thrustmaster, and I've got the Wing, as was, throttle unit, so that comes with the starter switches. I've also got it comes with the speed brake, the flaps, parking brake, so that's all there, rudder, etc. I've got the Rosefire audio control panel, that is very nice. Also the TCAS panel, not TCAS, sorry, the weather radar as well. Not sure, does it come with the floodlight and I can't remember if it came with the floodlight and this little mini panel above it. So yeah, that's all there. Don't have the cockpit door or the gear extension. I've got the Rosefire transponder panel, so I'd need to buy another audio control panel. I haven't got anything screen display wise, 1-to-1 size. So we'd need that.
Good afternoon, maintaining flight level 370.
And then I've got, obviously I've just shown you, we've got the EFIS, we've got the FCU, we've got the EFIS at the captain's, the first officer side. I need a glare shield, both sides. And then yeah, basically it's just everything in front. We've got the pedestal, we've got most of the sort of the autopilot, the top section, the glare shield stuff. But you can buy these now. You can just buy the panels, get a tablet behind it, and something like what's the program called? The one that you can use to pop out the panels and move them around. I forget what it's called. But yeah. Oleg the Aviator says he's getting worse main thread in the latest Sim Update 5 compared to Sim Update 4. Should you use dynamic settings if you have the auto FPS at the same time? I don't think you should use dynamic settings if you're already using the auto FPS. No, I don't think that's going to do you any good, I'll be honest. But if you are enjoying our stream today, a couple of things you can do that really helps me out is obviously make sure you like the stream. A reminder again, if you want into plane spotting, do check out the Jetlog app. The Jetlog app is like Pokemon for planes, but for more serious plane spotters. For those who want to actually log professionally sort of the aircrafts that they've spotted and seen, and things like that. So works with Flight Radar as well. You can take screenshots in Flight Radar and import them into Jetlog, and it'll tick off the aircraft that you've then seen, which is kind of cool. The contrast store as well. Don't forget to use our discount code. There is also a link down below to a to an Inibuilds affiliate link. If buying anything from Inibuilds, using that affiliate link when purchasing their aircraft or scenery does help support the channel. So a huge thank you to everyone that uses that. And if you want to be an absolute legend, of course, you can be a channel member here on YouTube and support us that way. So yeah, advertisements over with. Let's start having a look at the charts for the arrival. Although I do think I'm going to sneeze, hang on. Nope, it never came, which means it'll probably happen while I'm talking now. Bertrand said we should definitely make a Simmer's wife meeting place, a safe space where they can exchange on the difficulties of having Simmers as their husbands and boyfriends. Or girlfriends, I guess. Yeah. Right, let's have a look at the stuff for the arrival. When my iPad starts to turn on. Okay. So, we're coming on Riksuv 3 Echo. Which is here. So, Riksuv 3 Echo arrival. Just checking the coding with all of that as we go through it. And that looks fine. So yeah, I think my plan then, as long as we can do it, is I'm going to get to Mike Charlie 761. I want to be green dot as we get there. There are other speed constraints as well here, as you can see. But unless there's any particular reason we can't do it, I want to keep up speed as high as possible because, like I said, I've got to cook dinner, then get out a little bit later. So, yeah, if we can get to green dot by 761, we're then going to make a right turn to Inler, which is the initial approach fix. As we do that, we will flaps one our way down to 4,000 feet at Inler. Inler, then we are going to pick up the ILS. And we're just going to double check that. Hey, Dark, how you doing, my friend? So, if you didn't know as well, guys, we are actually now also, the channel is on TikTok, with cool little videos and things. So, big thanks to Dark, who's actually set that up for us. I'm hopeful that he hasn't put videos of himself dancing on there. But you can now search for and find the Easyjet Sim Pilot TikTok channel as well. We are also on Instagram as well. I have got nothing to do with this, by the way. This is down to Dark and Nick, who are managing that for us. I am following it, of course, and I am creating the content for it. But yeah, it's good fun. So let's get.
Echo arrival. We'll notify if ready to descend earlier. Easy 37 Charlie November.
So yeah, let's just get what we need out of this for the approach. Let's just get the latest weather then for Milan, because it was looking a bit rubbish. Katie, I saw that. Nick sent me the messages over. He says, I think you need to talk to Katie. It made me chuckle. I am now actually logged into it, so it is me. Because when they initially set it up, I wasn't logged in. But I am now. Where are we going? Limmel. There we are. No, we're not. Limk. We're not going to Linate. Yeah, let's just get the latest weather for that. And grab some stuff off the charts. So, for briefing purposes then, we'll get the briefing app up in a moment. So, simple things to begin with. We want the platform altitude, there's 3,000 feet. And depending on the weather, minimums I think are going to be 900 feet. Assuming we're going to do a Cat 1. I don't think it was going to get into LVPs. It was just a bit rubbish, weather-wise. Transition altitude is 6,000 feet. Just having a look. 3 degrees. PAP is both side. 60 metre runway, width-wise that is, not length obviously. I don't think there's anything else on there that need concern us. The interesting thing with this, landing on 35 right, we are, I'm not going to use any auto brakes. The reason for that is because we roll right to the end of the runway, get off, and we park straight up where we vacate the runway really. It's a very, very short taxi after landing. Let's have a quick look at the go-around. So the go-around is at 1,400 feet, or 1,450 feet. Right-hand turn. 200 knots, so not clean. And the initial climb, I think the initial climb is 4,000 feet, so 1450 or 801, whichever is later. Right turn. Oh, actually, the missed approach altitude is 3,500 feet. And then, after passing Sorrento, it's climbed to 4,000 feet. But the initial climb is 3.5. RSF, this is not Navigraph. No, you're quite right. So they are LIDO charts, and the LIDO charts are free. They are included with Microsoft Flight Sim 2024, which I think is amazing. It's also what Easyjet use, so it works well. Keeps it real. And let me have a look. So weather is, visibility is 4 kilometers. Yeah, so it is still Cat 1. It's just a bit of light drizzle and mist. QNH is 1013. No significant changes. Fine. Fine. So we just pre-select the QNH there on the standby. I've already just done that off screen on the top EFIS. Hey Mark, how was the dog walk? Did you get wet? So just given my plan to sort of get in a little bit early, what I am going to do is secondary flight plan. Let's just copy the active flight plan, and then like I say, I'm going to try and just sneak my way in a little bit purely because of time constraints. And to be honest, they do this in real life anyway, so it's not too against the grain. So if we go Mike Charlie 756, we'll clear everything after Mike Charlie 756. So we'll get rid of Estate 746, 41, 35, 30, 25, 40, clear the discontinuity and insert. That gets us in. I mean, that's a saving of 10 minutes. So that's pretty good. I've got a potential issue with a target in front of me. Thrust climb, open climb 390 blue. .390 is recommended max. So, yeah, just that was going to cause an issue. We don't want a TCAS warning. That will spoil the day with paperwork. Haven't got time for ASRs. This is where you need VATSIM, isn't it? Mark, you need a video of me dancing. That would go viral. No, that would crash the channel, and not in a good way. Alright, so let's just go through everything for the approach. We've confirmed the flight plan, we've done that, that's all set. RadNav page, what have we got? Mal SRN, and actually Mike Papa is probably a better one to use, so yeah, we'll use Mike Papa, which is Malpensa, and SRN for the go-around. Mal is an NDB. Apparently not in the database. It's fine. Some of these are old now. They don't exist anymore. Let's just refresh the weather for Milan and see what we've got here. So, yeah, little threats then. Weather-wise, we've got light drizzle and rain, which we spoke about. Width is highlighted as well. It's a 60-metre wide runway, which can play with that visual perspective as we're coming into land. So really try and maintain those pappies, no matter what. The forecast isn't great. Thunderstorms and rain, but that's a little bit later on tonight, so not concerned about that. And then we've got this huge long lists of closures. This is where ATC come into play, because who's reading all that? Katie, are you reading all that? But no, that's fine. Let's just bring up the chart about where we're going to go after we've landed, actually. So I've got ground chart. So this is what I mean by no brake, no auto brake, because we're going to land at 35 right. And if we exit, ideally at Alpha Bravo, it is literally the shortest of taxis via Alpha, and then we'd either park at this side or on this side, wherever's free. Hey, True Demon. Hey, Fish World 99. Good evening to you, or good afternoon to you even. And our top of descent is in about 40 miles. So we've briefed the arrival in terms of how we're going to fly it and what config we want to be, green dot, all that sort of stuff. That's fine. Run nav page is fine. 35 right. Get that there. Enter destination data. I shall do that in 1 minute. Platform altitude is 3,000 feet, so that is 9 miles. We'll stick a radius ring around that so we can help just with our situational awareness and descent planning. Let's get in the latest weather then. So the QNH is currently 34004.
Radar on 119.2, Easy 37 Charlie November.
Temperature is 13. Transition 6,000.
37 Charlie November.
Minimum's 900.
Flight level 390.
And config 3. Nice long runway for config 3. QNH 1013. It's all unlucky today, isn't it? The temperature, the dew point, the QNH is all 13. And no auto brake required. Right, so happy with the brief, happy with where we're going after we've landed. I think we are pretty much covered. Our top of descent then is in about 5 minutes, so hey Maria, just letting you know if you want to start tidying up. We'll start our descent in about 5 minutes.
Copy, Captain. I'll start tidying up the cabin now.
Well, don't rush. Captain Joe, will there be another stream this week? Honestly, Captain Joe, I don't know this week because like I said, I'm heading down to Heathrow for a day on Thursday, and it was obviously bank holiday yesterday. So whenever whenever I can put them in, I will do, because I love doing it. And I'll be honest, I think I prefer these daytime streams to the nighttime ones, just because nighttime is great fun for VATSIM because there's a lot more traffic around. But during the day, it's just nice. It's just nice. The sim looks great. It's more chilled. I'm not looking at the time and thinking, oh god, it's getting late. Although I am looking at the time thinking, oh god, I've still got to cook tea. I've got to leave here in about an hour and 15 minutes. And I'm still 30 minutes away. We should have flown from somewhere closer. Stream live from Heathrow, Dark. What? Not one single Easyjet aircraft in sight? How would that look on the channel? A little break in the clouds, I won't actually be able to see something there. ×4 sim rate. I mean, you're not actually allowed to do that on VATSIM, are you? Now, we can just see the outline coming here now. Yeah, to be honest, Captain Joe, if we'd have done Gatwick, it would have been a slightly shorter flight, which probably would have meant I'm going to be less stressed. It's okay, it's a quick curry and rice for tea. Shouldn't take long. I am looking at the weather here now where I am. It's become very dark, it's become very overcast. We've got to go out tonight for the lads' football training, and I don't want it to rain. There's a bit of a break in the clouds down there. Not much. But just see a little bit of the ground. And then in 2 weeks, I'm actually away. I'm off on holiday during the school holidays. Don't get me started on the prices of school holidays during school holidays during school holidays. It's absolutely ridiculous. Right, let's start heading down then. So, thrust idle, over descent 180 blue.
Easy 37 Charlie. November, contact Swiss radar on 133.05. Contacting Swiss radar on 133.05. Easy 37 Charlie, November.
What I'm going to do now as well is I'm going to come off SayIntentions Air Traffic Control. Just because as we're approaching the airport on VATSIM, we do need to be on Unicom and communicating on Unicom.
Easy 37 Charlie, November, Swiss radar identified. Good evening.
So we get a little message saying check speed mode. That is fine. I'm purposefully keeping the speed up and high and not imagining speed. Flight Design is gifting a tier 1 sub to Katie. Thank you so much for the tier 1 sub. Katie will appreciate that. She now has to watch me all the time. Like she didn't anyway. It's alright, RSAF 100. We are going to keep it in real time. Yeah, Katie was finding something to spend all her money on. EFB, the EFB-X Pro, it's going to be that good, she's not going to be able to spend the money fast enough. Airline 41, if your sim keeps crashing when you're trying to load in the aircraft, do me a favour, make sure there's nothing in your community folder and spawn in to some ridiculously remote place where there's no scenery and try that, see if the vanilla version works. How long have we got of the giveaway running left? We have got 30 minutes. I might have to close that early, but we'll keep it open for now. So this is for a copy of Inibuilds Manchester that I'm giving away. So our descending flight level 180. MSA as we're coming in is 10,300, then it drops down to 8,300, but we're okay. Lowest we can get to on the Rixu 3 Echo at this stage is 12,000 feet, and to be honest, that actually probably makes a little bit of sense. So that's now 12,000 blue. In fact, no, we're not going to go that low. That's ridiculous. Let's keep that at 18. Yeah, Airlife, the community folder where all the mods in, just rename it. If you don't want to move it or delete it, just rename it to Community BU for backup or something like that. That way the sim won't try and load it in. Okay, we're now a couple hundred, sorry, we're about 2,000 feet below profile, so that's fine. I am going to keep the speed up, like I said, to literally get in. I'm just going to pull VS and reduce the VS rate a little bit. So we're going to keep the speed up, but we're now going to move forwards instead of down. Hey Andy, good afternoon to you. Andy, I didn't notice any of the maintenance facts, but to be honest, I wasn't actually looking for them, so doesn't mean they weren't there. But if you are joining us now, you're joining us as we start our approach over the Alps into Milan Malpensa. Is Milan Approach online? Is that right? Oh, they better give me the shortcut. Are they? Oh, Milan Radar's online, yeah. Well, they better give me the shortcut as well. So as you're going down, if you're doing something like this, always worth monitoring something like your progress page, because we can see there we're 2,500 feet below profile, which is fine. Airlife, you don't have to reinstall the Fenix folder into Microsoft Flight Simulator. All you're going to do is your community folder itself, you're going to rename Community BU, and that's it. Nothing's going to move, nothing's going to be uninstalled or reinstalled. That just means that when your simulator loads, it is not going to try and load your community folder because it can't find it. You've renamed it. You're then going to try the experiment of being able to load in with just like a Cessna or something. If that works, great. Come back out, then name the community folder again, you know, remove the BU if that's what you did, then load back in again, see if the same thing happens. If it crashes, then there's something in your community folder which is preventing your app from your sim from working properly. Derek, you can't get the terrain on the navigation to display properly for the Fenix. Well, bear in mind that the Fenix, it's only going to show you terrain if there's any near you. So if you're at 38,000 feet and you're over the ocean, or even if you're over land, to be fair, and there's no high peaks, you're not going to see anything. It's just a black display. And there's the control. Milan Radar, good afternoon. Easy 37 Charlie November A320 with information Alpha, and we are descending through flight level 195.
Easy 37 Charlie November Milano identified. Cleared Rixu 3 Echo arrival. Expect LS 35 right. Descent flight level 150.
Expect the Rixu 3 Echo arrival. ILS 35 right and descent flight level 150. Easy 37 Charlie November. And we're keeping up high speed at the moment. So that's fine. 150 blue. Hey, Flight Designs, how you doing? Good to see you. YL 2012. So sorry, mate. As soon as we land, literally, it's going to be the quickest getaway I've ever done. It's going to be land, park up, thanks for watching, goodbye. Because I've really got to shoot after this.
For 4183 Milano, your transmission is broken. Could you please improve your mic?
Oh, Airlife 421. I have had this. Restart the PC and then try doing it. If not, then there is something in your community folder which actually doesn't exist anymore. I had some mods in there that didn't exist, so you tried to open up the folder and you couldn't find them. I have no idea what caused it, I have no idea what happened to it, but there is something in that community folder that is causing the problem. Guarantee that.
For 183, you are clear to destination Algiers, Deco Alpha Golf via Dogub 6 Tango departure, needed
seatbelt signs on.
Transition, out of runway 35 right, initial climb 5,000 feet, squawk 6471.
Those clouds, of course.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your cabin.
Squawk 6471.
Seatbelt sign has been turned on, so please return to your seats and fasten your seatbelts. The lavatories are no longer available until the seatbelt sign is turned on.
File 135 right, level 6 India netted transition, initial climb 5,000, squawk 6471.
413 is back correct. Break ET37 Charlie November, descend flight level 90.
Descend flight level 90 for EZ37 Charlie November, and if possible, if we can get into direct inlet as soon as possible, that would be fantastic.
Alright, very good. Then in this case, descend altitude 3,000 feet on QNH 1013, unrestricted.
Descend altitude 3000 QNH 1013 EZ37 Charlie November. Excellent, we're getting the shotgun in, that's what we wanted. Hey Jayhawk.
Stand 611 information Alpha requesting clearance destination Barcelona is 5.
Malta 1 Kilo Sierra, Milano information Alpha correct, clear to destination Barcelona, Lima Echo Bravo Lima via Dogub 6 Tango departure, netted 6 India transition, runway 35 right, initial climb 5,000 feet, squawk 1,000.
Oxidaires, are the system specs in the description up to date? They are indeed, yes.
Clear to Barcelona, Dogub 6 Tango departure, netted 6 India transition, 5,000, squawk 1,000, out of runway 35 right with Malta 1 Kilo Sierra.
1 Kilo Sierra is back correct.
Okay, we've got about 20 minutes left of the giveaway for Manchester Airport from Inibuilds. The winner will need to contact me via email or on Discord, and I just need your Inibuild account details, which is usually the email address for your Inibuilds account.
183, push and start approved, QNH 1013.
That's 1013, we call for taxi.
So I'm just winding that speed up to 320, just to bring this in a little sooner. We will need to slow down in a minute, but that's just giving us a quicker descent, a few extra 100 feet. And now let's reduce speed to 50. Quick push to level off, let that speed drop. And now onto the perf page, activate our approach phase. That's done.
Victor Milano identified, cleared every pre-echo arrival, expect LS 35 right, descent flat
Mike
level
Lima Papa identified.
110.
Descent flat level 110 and expect the arrival runway 35 right.
I'm being so inefficient at the moment. Speed brakes are out. And thrust idle, open descent.
Air 4201, Milano clear to destination Stuttgart, Echo Delta Delta Sierra via Saron 6 Sierra departure, PEPAG 2 Quebec transition, runway 35 right. Initial climb 4,000 feet, squawk 1,000.
Approach checklist. So, BRF QNH 1013 is set. Seatbelts are on. Minimums 900. Auto brake not being used. Engine mode selector is normal. EFB is stowed.
Right. Sierra and initial climb 3,000. Squawk 1,000.
Speed brakes away.
And Air 4201 is back correct.
With Malta 1 Kilo Sierra request push start.
Malta 1 Kilo Sierra push start approved, QNH 1013.
It's going to be a very sporty approach.
Push start approved, 1 Kilo Sierra.
So just as we briefed, I'm going to push for managed speed in a moment and we'll slow down as we get to this waypoint here, hoping then he gives us the right hand turn pretty much straight after it. Oxidaires, yeah, I am using Rex Atmos, but Rex Atmos doesn't affect the actual weather, but it does affect how the weather from Max 5 Simulator does look. Okay, push for managed speed.
Descent flat level 90.
Set flight level 90, Transavia Victor.
Easy 37 Charlie November, expect a return for base in about 3 miles.
Copy that, Easy 37 Charlie November.
Ryanair 4201, departure Sierra Romeo November 6 Sierra.
Andy, yeah, we are still using the
Payback
effects.
to Quebec.
Although, when I have reinstalled the sim, I have not actually logged back into it, so they may not show on today's flight, sadly. After we pass this waypoint, I might just pull heading. We're going to get that 3 mile, that turn in a few miles, aren't we? Which is as expected. ED8193, question about the APU on the 737. I'm really sorry, mate. I'm the last person to ask regarding that.
Repeat the
Transition Pepag Papa Echo Papa Alpha Golf to Quebec.
Well, 320, I'm sure we can find somewhere to fly with an RNAV approach. They're really not as scary as they first sound, I promise. Right, I've just pulled into heading mode.
November 6 Sierra,
and I'm just going to tidy up the flight plan.
Yep, so Quebec.
Easy 37 Charlie November, right, heading 310, clear LS 35 right, report established.
Right, heading 310, clear ILS 35 right, and we'll report established Easy 37 Charlie November. Heading 310, just confirm the tidying up of the flight plan, that's fine. That's now our extended runway centre line.
Transavia 8 Victor, descend altitude 4,000 feet, QNH 1013.
And VS 600.
15 east is ready for taxi.
No need to keep descending and sitting there at 3,000 feet for a while because we're already below the glide slope, which is fine.
4183, taxi
17 miles
standard
out.
2. Are you familiar with the procedure?
Not quite yet.
Okay, taxi via Yankee Hotel Charlie to Charlie Alpha runway 35 right.
Yeah, Yankee Hotel Charlie Alpha 4.1835 right. Alpha 41.
So I'm going to draw the raffle for the winner of Manchester Airport from Inibuilds once we get on stand. I'm going to say that it is going to be a very, very quick exit because I am so late for stuff in real life now. So, yeah, we'll land, we will pull onto the first gate we see, and, yeah, then we'll run the giveaway. Thanks for watching, etc. And I'm going to have to shoot. But let's get down first. It's going to be interesting to see the weather because the weather here is actually pretty rubbish. I do not have time for a go around. I'm really sorry. 705, if we complete this flight, should be okay. Right, so alt glide slope, lock blue, cat 3 dual, autopilot 1 and 2. Flaps 1, speeds checked. Flaps 1, lock star.
Milano, Ryanair 70 Echo Delta with you, Private 300.
I've set speed 190. Normally I go 180, but as I said, I need a bit of a sporty approach for this. Single man, thank you for the follow, appreciate that. It is indeed annoying when real life gets in the way of flight simming. What I'd love to do now is the return leg, but that's not going to happen.
Standard 2.
Tango standard 2, thank you.
I think this is going to be perfect. We've had a gorgeous continuous descent approach down here, so as soon as we get a little bit closer to that, we're going to go flaps 2. We'll keep the speed up. Can't see no runway. Little tailwind there, actually. Look at that. 5 knots. Okay, flaps 2. Speed's checked. Flaps 2. And we'll just reduce 180. cabin crew, seats for landing.
Milano, very good.
Copy, Captain. I'll check on that now and report back shortly.
My word, the weather is rubbish.
Narrator 01 Whiskey, information Alpha correct, clear to destination.
Flight slope start, missed approach.
November via Saronno 6 Sierra departure.
3,500 feet set.
6 payback transition, runway 35 right. Initial climb 4,000
Gear down.
feet, squawk 1,000.
Speed 160. Flaps 3, speed's checked. Flaps 3. Here comes the rain.
Narrator 01 is back correct.
Easy 37 Charlie November, established 5 miles.
Speed.
Easy 37 Charlie November, established 35 right, 5 miles.
Easy 37 Charlie November, wind 340 degrees, 4 knots, runway 35 right, clear to land.
Clear to land, 35 right, easy 37 Charlie November. Landing checklist, cabin is secured, go around altitude 3,500 feet. Set, ECAM memo, landing no blue, let's do this.
You are ready to land 6 X-ray, Festival. 203 with mission Alpha, request that confirmed.
Near 6 Quebec X-ray, information Alpha correct, clear to destination Lima Golf Kilo Romeo via Il Fugo 1 Papa departure.
It looks horrible.
Sierra transition, runway 28, initial climb 6,000 feet, squawk 6440.
Oh, I see some lights.
Via Il Fugo 1 Papa on the Logi 1 Sierra transition, climbing 6,000 feet and squawk 6440.
6 Quebec X-ray, back correct. Break, Transavia 8 Victor, right heading 310, clear less 35
Autopilot
right,
off my aircraft.
Descend 3,000 feet, then glide.
We see the approach lights, so we can take this. Remember what I said about looking at the picture? It looks wrong because of the big wide runway. Stay on the pappies and don't hit any trucks. That's 4 reds, just readjust.
Milano radar 70 Echo Delta with you, descending to the box.
Ryanair 70 Echo Delta, Milano identified, cleared DevOps 3 Echo arrival, expect LS 35 right, descend flight level 100 and squawk 1,000.
Roll to the end. So spoilers for screen.
Right in Milano,
Decel.
100.
Reverses off. Let's get ready to run the raffle.
4201, sorry.
We're going to have to close entries now. Guys, I'm going to say now, thank you so much for watching. It has been a very, very quick exit for me. It's been an awesome flight. Thoroughly enjoyed this. Hope you have too. And next time we land somewhere, should not be in quite as much of a rush to leave.
Easy 37 Charlie November, taxi to gate 104 via Alpha. Ciao.
104 via Alpha for Easy 37 Charlie November. Sadly, we are going to have to disconnect as we need to leave, but thank you so much for the service.
No problem, ciao.
Okay, let's get off VATSIM so we're not in anybody's way. And yeah, do you know what? I'm not even going to have time to pull up to the gate, so my big apologies for that. But big thank you to all of you for watching. We're going to run that giveaway in a second. Remember to leave a like on the stream if you've enjoyed it, and remember to jot down the code for the contrail store so you can save yourself some money. Check out Jetlog if you like to spot aircraft in real life. The winner of the giveaway needs to contact me And where is the giveaway? There we go. Will need to contact me via email or via Discord with your Inibuilds account details. That is the email address you use for your Inibuilds account, and then from there we will get that added to your account so that you can use it. The winner then will be we'll pick the winner on that. What lights have we got there? Who needs ground crew? The winner is today Flex Captain 25. So congratulations, mate, you've won yourself a copy of Inibuilds Manchester Airport. As I said, get in touch with me, we'll get that added to your account. Really sorry, this is the fastest departure that I've ever had to do from a stream. Massive thanks for watching. As always, a huge thanks to Easyjet Sim channel members. A huge welcome and thank you to all our new followers on Twitch and subscribers on YouTube today. I look forward to seeing you on the next one, where we'll have a slightly calmer exit of the stream. Good night, everyone. Bye bye.